2020 can suck it. This is the way of the dork.
Welcome, everybody, to episode 64 of the Four Dorksmen podcast. I'm Nate, a.k.a. Angry Nate. And there's no Joey today.
There's no Joey.
Yeah.
That was our moment of silence because we missed him.
Yeah.
He's struggling with some home stuff. But this is Collector Clint.
This is Asian Tony Stark.
And we are joined this week by our very good friends and very special guests from Geek Together. I will let them introduce themselves.
This is Damien.
And Christina.
And Clint, I thought you were going to introduce yourself again.
And Clint. There you go.
There you go.
Since I am part of that podcast as well, right? I guess I have to. So I'm gonna be talking to myself about it a lot. But anyway, luckily we're not talking Geek Together. But I'll let you continue. Continue, Nate, please.
Honestly, the best thing that Ryan pointed out during the pre-party was that the way that StreamYard is set up right now, you guys can't see, but I'll probably take a picture, or one of us will take a screenshot, is that it's literally me and Ryan on one side and Christina and Damien on the other side, and Clint's right in the middle, like the child that we share custody of. And it's really fun. We keep poking fun at Clint, which we do, but we're happy to have everybody.
Which we do. It's like drinking water or breathing. It's just
it's true. It's just something we do. It's just,
You know what you need to do right now, Clint, is paint half of your face yellow,
yes,
like in the shade of yellow that we have in our logo, and half of it purple.
Yeah.
Purple.
Yeah, there you go. Then you could be a Minnesota Viking
I
fan.
don't want to be a Viking, but anyway, yes, I could do that. All right.
Well, yeah, LSU colors for Joey, because Joey's not.
Oh, even better.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, there you go. But yeah, we're missing Joey today. Sucks, dude. You're going through some shit with your new house, but hopefully we'll have you back next week.
Well, this is it's even stuff that's outside of his house that he has no control over whatsoever. So yeah. So come back soon, Joey.
Please, we need you. We need your games.
We need height.
Games.
We need height. We need height. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, you're bringing
Clint.
down the average.
Thanks.
The height average is.
I know
way
I'm
too
short,
low.
but shit, come on.
I'm not much taller, Ryan.
This is true.
Somebody's got to get to the top shelf for us, okay?
It's true.
Right.
It's true.
Ryan and I can't walk around in a trench coat long enough, so maybe someone else needs to do it.
If we stand shoulder to feet, then yes, we can.
There
Barely.
you go. It sounds like a DuckTales episode.
Challenge mode.
It was funny because I was speaking to Joey, talking to Joey about how he was working on. He just moved, so he's doing a lot of house stuff, and he was putting up new curtains, and he didn't need a ladder. And
Of course. Yeah.
and he was like, the only thing he needed a ladder for was the ceiling fan, but he's like, a step stool would have done the job. And I was just like,
Well, you know.
you are literally 20 feet tall, and it's not even a joke anymore because it's true. So,
Yeah.
Either that or he has really low ceilings.
You'd have to hear.
But if he had really low ceilings, I don't think he'd buy the house because otherwise he wouldn't have, that would help him out.
We have
I love
this,
this house, but the ceilings are like 5 feet tall.
we have this chandelier thing in our entryway, and the ceilings here are so tall anyway. What do they got? They got to be 15 foot, I swear. Like just the regular ceiling.
Yeah.
Both floors are that tall. And so this is the very top of the second, like it goes all the way to the top. And it's in the middle. I'm like, I hope they powered, I hope the lights never go out on it while I'm here because this is not getting replaced because I have to hire somebody or something.
right.
No, we'll just leave that for the actual homeowner.
That's right. That's right. That's what we're renting. We're renting for you. It'll just get dark.
We don't need those lights.
Yeah.
It's
But if we
okay.
get something like that, we're gonna have to get some kind of weird scaffolding system just to change a light bulb.
That sucks.
Or
A
just have
ridiculously
Joey.
large ladder for one set of lights.
Yeah, just one ladder. Or just get Joey over here and he can
Yeah,
stand
just
on
fly
top of
Joey
it.
out whenever we need
Yeah,
the light
yeah,
bulb
yeah.
changed. Yeah.
So
Or
I'd like to
something off the
welcome
top
everybody to the Home Improvement Podcast.
yes.
I'm just saying, I can empathize with all the stuff you're gonna do when you move to a new house. At least he gets to do it. We're renting this year because we're building, and so we have annoying things we can't change them.
Well, you just have to kind of just live with it for a year.
Well, some things we did fix because we're not living with this for a year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's that breaker in the kitchen, man.
Yeah.
Anyways, welcome to episode 64. A couple of quick housekeeping things as we've gone completely off topic, hanging out, which is always fun. Make sure you're playing dorksandbingo.com, playing bingo at dorksandbingo.com. Again, as always, shout out to Andrew. from the Toy Rewind podcast for building that for us. And shout out to Larry from the STS guys.
Shout out, Kevin.
Thank you. And Larry from the STS guys for giving us the redirect. So that's great. Make sure you're following us on Twitter and Instagram at _Dorksman. Yeah, I think
Email.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? We didn't even email Michael back. So we did actually get an email this week on our email, which is weird. We were talking about it last week, wanting an email and that we respond to whoever emailed us. That was a lie. We have not responded yet, but we did get your email. So thank you
I'll
very
take
much,
blame
Michael.
for that because I was supposed to read it and I totally spaced on it because of work.
Well,
so-
either way, we'll respond to it. So thank you, Michael, for writing us. We'll get your response.
Was that Michael
So, yeah,
from
feel
Toy
free to-
Rewind?
That
That is Michael from
Ah,
Toy
okay.
Rewind.
I figured that's one
the
of the
Newman
Michaels we
brothers
know.
representing. Yep.
So we appreciate that. I read the email. I
I
think
did
Clint
too.
read the email. Ryan will read the email, and we're not sure if Joey can read. So,
At all? I thought you just
yeah, just at all. Yeah.
Way to
Just
take
can't read, okay.
stabs at your brother while
I
he's
hope
not
Joey's
here.
listening to this and just comes back furious.
Oh, I
in the
hope
next
so
week,
too.
mate.
That's what we need. We just need him to just go. Next week is just a full-on, just a Joey rant for the entire.
Just
week.
I mean,
generate
it's been 2
electricity
weeks, right?
himself
It's
at
like
that point.
suppressed for 2 weeks. He's like, I need to say something.
and just rants on
Is it
Clint for
turn
like.
into Mr. Krabs?
He just might. He just might. But yeah, let's roll right along into some Ask the Dorksman questions. Thank you everyone for your questions every week. We are going through them slowly, but keep asking them. We love answering them. We love hearing your answers as well. So undoubtedly, Clint will be on Twitter as we ask these questions to ask what your answers are to the questions we're going to answer this week. So the first question comes from Benjamin Sager, our good buddy Ben, who hangs out with us on Fridays and interacts with us on Twitter. To celebrate the beginning of the spooky season, what's been your favorite and least favorite childhood, maybe Halloween costume?
So it doesn't even necessarily have to be childhood. It just could be that was just you could use childhood if you want.
Right. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Well, because you're forced into those costumes a lot of time, right?
right.
I think that's that's my thought there.
Well, since Joey's not here to go first, I guess I kind of have to. So, one of my favorites, I might have told this before, and I'm sorry if I have. I got to be Zeus, the Greek god, with 4 other women in college. So, of course, it was great. That's all I'm gonna say. I got fed grapes and everything. It was fantastic.
Wow.
So, yeah, it was a lot of fun to do that. We were hosting a party in college, so we all had to have matching costumes, and it worked out really well for me. So, that was my favorite. Also, because I had a lot of help and everything else. My least favorite, though, I draw some blanks because there's been some. I mean, there's been some that are kind of dinky and cheesy, but I still liked them. I don't know if I have a least favorite. I did dress. Okay, I do have one. I think it was first grade. I dressed up as a Ninja Turtle, but all I did, and this was my idea, I'm sure, was wear a green sweatshirt, green sweatpants, painted my face green, and wear the, I always was Raphael, so I had that. I mean, I had no shell, had no weapons, had no anything else to go with it. And that was
Like
me
a
being
turtle
a Ninja
out of the
Turtle.
half shell.
It was what Raphael would look like if he was not a turtle yet, rather a gangrene human being or something. I'm not sure. So,
Gangrene.
The original
human
Green
being.
Man? Is that
yeah,
what
I mean,
I was thinking the
So
same thing,
anyway-
there, Nate. I'm gonna write this down. Gangrene human
So-
being.
so anyway, that's I think mine. But again, I think that was my call, and I'm sure my parents were like, "Don't you want this? No, this is great," kind of thing. So that's my answer. How about you guys, Ryan?
That's an interesting one to follow up on. I'm gonna go with a default that I think I was like for 3 years as my quote unquote favorite. Being of Japanese ancestry, it was very typical, especially here in Hawaii, for a lot of us to go as a ninja. So that is going to be my answer for my favorite. My least favorite was back when I was still DJing. I got asked to help at a annual Halloween party.
It's like a weird
it was
turn.
very last minute. And I was thinking, okay, I need some sort of costume. And I had, for whatever reason, a blonde wig from like, I think 2 years prior when a whole bunch of us dressed up like, I think it was nurses. And don't ask about the blonde wig. It's a very lengthy story. But anyway, so I had this blonde wig. So I'm thinking, okay, what the hell do I have at home that I can just throw together for a costume? So long story short, I went as Justin Bieber.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
my
that was
God,
probably
we
my
need
least
pictures
favorite
of this.
Yeah, I was
costume.
gonna say, are there pictures of this?
We need pictures of this.
I do somewhere on my Facebook. I have to look it up.
Oh, it's on Facebook, so we can go see it.
so we
Yeah.
can go see it.
Unless I
Alright,
have it
good to know.
archived. Well, while you
Good
guys
to know.
answer,
No.
let me see if I can pull it up.
Yeah.
All right,
Let
well,
me
while they're
see.
doing that, how about the Coopers? Anybody got a good
Yeah.
answer to that one?
Yeah, I mean, so I can answer quickly. I mean, I'll go quickly with the costumes I didn't like. See, growing up, I wasn't really I got way too serious, way too fast in my youth, so I didn't really spend a lot of time growing up. Although I do remember the crappy vinyl costumes off the shelf with the plastic
Mhm.
masks, and they were
Mhm.
horrible. I hated them. They'd sweat, you'd stick to you. They were just garbage. So those were probably my least favorite. The one costume I do remember, Christina and I went to a Halloween party together when she was when she was pregnant with Dylan, and she dressed up as a nun, and I dressed up as the Pope as her date.
Oh, it was super inappropriate but hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so
Fantastic. Oh, I say I disagree. It's
fantastic.
very
And she was very pregnant.
I was very pregnant.
That's
fire over there. Wow.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember that one. But I don't really have a lot of memories of dressing up often, so it wasn't a big thing.
See, for me, I mean, I did trick or treating every year, but I lived in Canada, so late October, you're wearing mostly a snowsuit.
Especially up in Barrie.
Exactly. So, I mean, I did like the black cat and witch costumes a lot as kids, but it was, again, you got a snowsuit and then you throw something black over it, and then some ears or a hat. So I didn't really do anything fun.
Hey, the simple ones are the most fun though, so I get it. So do you have a least favorite or a favorite ever?
I mean, the most memorable one is the one that Damien mentioned, because yeah,
very good.
I got a laugh out of it. I'm sure.
I'm
I'm sure it had the potential to.
It would have
offend
been
many,
good.
but
Yeah.
Oh, I
You
think
know-
it did offend some people, but
Well, was this
You know.
because you guys weren't in Utah at the time, were you?
no, we were in
no.
South
Okay.
Although that would
I
have been
think
fine
too.
because that
That
was a
would've
knock.
been-
That was a knock on Catholicism. Not to get into it, but
Right. That's where I was going with
totally
that.
different
but
thing,
yes.
right? I feel like I was
Right.
dressed up as John Adams or whatever it is.
Dum 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 dum. Wasn't Joseph Smith is his name? Not
Joseph,
John.
whatever. I don't know.
It's all the same. It's all the same.
But it just shows. Anyway, all
Some
right, Nate. your
person that
turn.
has an oddly similar story to the other leaders.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And only he could
Just-
see things, and yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Get an original backstory. Come on.
It's not that hard. Anyway, Nate, what do you got?
So here's the thing. Growing up, my parents were super religious, and I never went trick or treating or had costumes or celebrated Halloween or anything like that growing up, like in like elementary school, stuff like that. So I never dressed up. And then when I got into high school and at the point where I was like, well, I can kind of do my own thing, I still never dressed up. So I have never, ever worn a costume for Halloween.
Really? Never
Trying to
ever.
make- trying to make
Never,
up for
ever.
it.
I should. We should do something this year. Like, we're stuck at home. We should do a costume party or something.
that'd be
Maybe
fun.
one of the Fridays on our game night, we can do like a costume party or something.
That would be
Ah.
really fun. I wonder if
would
there's
be
a way to do like a cosplay contest. Like bring people in, like they could register and then bring them into the stream one at a time, and then have the. the
Oh, you have
chat
the chat? Yeah.
vote.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'm sure Ryan over here, he can find a plug.
Yeah,
in
he'll
for
find
voting.
a way to do it. Yeah.
We can probably do
Oh
it.
yeah,
on
Brian, your
Zoom.
next challenge.
Just not Streamlabs. We got to use something that doesn't decide to shut down.
Mm.
Every once in a while.
Amen to that. Well, what's
Yeah.
funny? So one reason we wanted to ask this question, and the details are still being ironed out, but we're actually doing a little contest with costumes. So, we have back when Frank and Freddie went up for sale, we ordered them, and I have an extra one, and I'd like to give it away. So what I want people to do, and we'll give more details as this gets closer to Halloween, but we're going to do sharing a costume, preferably of a kid, but it could be your favorite costume, least favorite costume. You can enter multiple times even. But we want you to share the pictures of your costumes as we get closer and closer to Halloween. So again, be paying attention to the _Dorksman on Twitter and Instagram. We'll be sharing our pictures. We'll get the actual hashtag and entries and everything going on for that. And it'll just be random. But we really wanted to get in the Halloween spirit by visiting our past when we actually could go trick-or-treating or to a college, high school, whatever party and enjoy ourselves in our costumes. So details coming on that. What's that?
said our son Dylan had some good costumes when he was littler.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't get. Ava's gonna enter. Don't get me wrong, kind of thing. So, but anyway, we're gonna iron out those details soon and get them to you. But you know, just a little something fun to get in the spirit. I know it's not as big as some of these other contests, but you know, we want to get in the spirit our own way. So anyway, be paying attention to that.
And I
Before
couldn't
we
win
move forward,
anyways.
I found the
So-
picture. Here you go.
Oh,
my
there he
God.
is. Is
There
it on
he is.
Facebook?
Yes.
Wow.
I'll include it in something for this week.
Wow.
Did you lose a bet? I forget.
No, it was
No?
just I needed a costume at the last minute. I figured,
Hmm.
okay, use the blonde wig. Everything else, obviously, I had. For
Oh,
those of you
geez.
listening, I'm wearing a black baseball hat that's kind of like, I don't even know how you would describe it on my head. You just have to look at our social.
Not really on your head. It's like
Yeah. Yeah. And it's a black t-shirt, and a black jacket. That was it.
Did you go around saying "baby, baby, baby"?
No, I was in the DJ booth the whole night, but
Oh, you were DJing.
yeah.
So maybe people didn't even know you were dressed up.
Well, the whole staff was like, quote unquote, encouraged to dress up. I'm like, this is a piece of
You gotta wear
shit.
your
Whatever.
flair.
All right, fine.
Yeah,
I'll
right.
comply.
Very sure. It's a good way to word it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm just saying, you don't have to do more.
Yeah.
But
Oh, that's a good reference. Good reference. Yeah, we'll make sure to share that picture. Or Ryan will share it. We'll find a fun way to share that one.
Shoot,
That's
I just closed
fantastic.
that window.
Yeah, that's a great picture.
I should have
I
downloaded
might have
Um,
screenshot it already. It's fine.
Maybe.
Maybe. Thank you, Ben, for that question. Very curious about your answer. I'm sure Clint's already hit you up on Twitter about that
I
one.
have, because I want to hear what he has to say too, for sure.
Yeah, he's ready. So our second question actually comes from one of our guests today, from Damien. He's at DCooperFL on Twitter. His question is: FOMO Clint or no? Pros or cons? Since it came up during NYCC was this week, so we're reliving the FOMO Clint. I'm going to answer for Joey before I answer for myself, and it's hell no. Bunch of like swear words. You know,
Yep.
FOMO Clint's the worst, and more swear words and yelling in like just for maybe 5 or 10
See,
minutes.
So I asked the question specifically to get Joey's answer because I know how
Right.
he felt. Why so opposed to FOMO Clint? What's the guess there? What is it?
Because he's FOMOing. He wants to be there. He wants to. He's left.
Yeah,
out.
that's a good
I'm
answer.
left out too.
So is
Maybe
he
that's why,
FOMOing through the FOMO? I mean,
Yeah. Inception FOMO. Yeah.
See, I was
This
going to say
FOMO
earlier, I'm actually pro FOMO Clint because not that I want Clint to miss out on stuff, but when
Uh-huh.
when we're out at line and stuff, it's a way that you still get to interact with Clint.
hmm
I
So
have to.
you're standing in your lines, and you're like, "Oh, Clint posted this."
Sad
I
face.
just
Crying.
remind you to go interact with Clint.
So
So
I
he feels a little bit like he's there with you.
well, okay. So it was a joke that we started out with, and I actually have to say that I like it going back and reading it now. Like going back because the hashtags are still there, and we revisited them for I think it was NYCC FOMO Clint, and they're actually pretty
Right, yeah.
funny now
Yeah.
a year later. So they've aged well, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I understand. Like, it might be the best answer. I mean, a lot of people, maybe they're just thinking like, "Grow up, Clint. We're not there either." You know,
Right.
Jesus Christ, we know. You know.
We should ask Jen that question. I know she hates it too.
Yeah, Jen hates it too. I know that. Yeah, I know
Yeah.
Jen hates it. Yeah. I like it because it is for what it is, right? Obviously, you're playing it up, right? I mean, you're
Right,
not
right.
really sitting around crying all day long.
Well,
It was more of a play up on.
Well,
Well, I mean, no, you FOMO pretty strong on most
Yes.
of the stuff, but
yeah, that's true on everything. Not even for
Everything, yeah.
cons, yeah.
But,
Oh man, they got a milkshake. I want a milkshake. You know.
exactly. It doesn't
Do
matter
you
what it
really
is. Like,
want
I
to relive the milkshake thing, Clint?
Yeah, that was pretty
Oh,
awesome.
we'll see. Bad choice of words. You're right, Ryan.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
So, I mean, I think for us, it was just all in fun, obviously, because all of us from Geek Together were at New York Comic Con.
Mhm.
And so I thought it was a funny way of showing, like, for instance, like when I took the picture of like your seat at the podcast. So it's kind of a way to play back and forth off of that, for the show. So
Well,
that's really what it was meant to be. But yeah, it went two different directions. Either people loved it and thought it was funny, or people were just like morally offended.
Yeah.
That's how it was. It was like
Yeah.
they hated it and they
There's
were
no
vocal
middle
about it.
ground. Yeah.
There was no
There's
middle
no middle
ground.
ground. There's no middle ground on that.
Yeah.
We'll have to see when cons come back where we go from there, because
Mhm.
I don't know what's going to happen in the future, unfortunately, but Um,
I was looking forward to no FOMO, Clint, when you're going to go to Emerald City, but
right? Yeah, but that didn't happen, did it?
no, it didn't.
Got
Yeah,
FOMO
none of you
Clint.
guys showed up, but we were there,
Yeah.
Yes, Ryan.
including
Yeah.
me, oddly enough, which was very odd.
We are not arguing.
Yeah.
We agree. That worked out very
You were
weirdly.
supposed to be in Japan, that whole
Right,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
He had FOMO for
Freaking-
one place and no FOMO for the other place.
Yeah, I still have FOMO for Japan because I want to go.
Yeah.
Well, luckily Japan's not going anywhere, so you should be okay.
Yeah.
Just don't jinx it.
Yeah.
Right.
The
It
year's
is
not
really
over
funny
yet.
as hell.
I mean, right
Yeah.
now, you don't know. Like at this point, Godzilla could show up any moment. You know what I'm
And
saying?
we're just waiting at this point, and he's going to. It's just how much destruction he's going to cause. That's really what it boils down.
Well,
He's
I don't
just
know if you
waiting-
guys
yeah,
heard
he's
this
just,
or
like,
not, but apparently
not sure if
they
he's-
made Godzilla a Japanese citizen now or something like this, some asinine concept like that. So I don't think he's going anywhere. He's probably going to be better. He's not going to destroy his homeland.
You never know. I mean, look at
Yeah, man.
Thanos to make your MCU reference.
It's true.
Touche.
Ah,
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yes, I'm winning.
But
No
yeah,
FOMO this time. Anyway, Nate, I didn't catch your opinion. What did you think of it?
It was funny to start with, and then it was like it went just the complete opposite direction after that. I was like, hey, that's enough. Like initially, I was like, yeah, this is pretty funny, and then by like the third day, it switched from like this is funny to like, all right, Clint's got to stop.
That's fair.
Fair enough. Yeah.
How about you, Ryan?
It's more like Romo already. Like I've said many a time. It's,
Right.
like,
Romo.
it's not even
Right.
fear of it.
Romo.
It's like we know Clinton is going to miss out. So it's like, eh.
Right.
But as far as the posts go, I'm like, it's funny.
Yeah.
But then again, everybody has their own level of humor. I can
Mhm.
put up with it. It doesn't bother me because if it bothers me, I just don't look at it.
Just
You know?
mute him. And,
Yeah, no, I don't go as far as like muting people, but I'm just like, okay,
You can scroll
pass
past,
over it,
it's not
pass
even-
over
Yeah.
it, pass over it. But then again, I'm like, I think within our large social group, I'm probably one of the worst people about keeping up with social media. Period.
Mm.
So
You
then
might
again,
have- you might
I
have
miss
FOMO,
half of
not
it.
one-
Especially if it were these days. Oddly enough, even though we're all stuck at home, I'm hardly ever on Twitter or Instagram looking at anything.
Yeah, you're saving your sanity. Good for you.
It's
I
honestly
mean, look, it's it goes, like I said, it went both ways. I mean, it's sort of like an LE 100 drop,
how relevant and timely of a talking point.
Some people love it. Some people think you did it to them on purpose and kick them, like really personally hurt them. Yeah.
Some people think they're privileged to get everything they want too. We know that. So,
Yep.
Right.
Exactly.
and if you don't like it, it's you're wrong. But anyway, story
Yep.
for another time.
Yes.
So Damien, I'd ask. Thank you for the question. I'd ask you what your answer is, and send you a message. But you're here, so
Yeah.
I'm not going to bother doing that.
Yep.
So I think that kind of brings us. Anyway, thanks for the questions, guys. Hashtag Ask the Dorksman. Keep them coming. We love them, and we'll keep answering them. I think that
Please.
brings us to our topic. Do you want me to do this one, Nate?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so in case you've been living under a rock, underneath a tree, in a cave underwater, Christina and Damien, and more Christina, as
Mhm.
Damien will be the first one to tell you, have been working on an amazing project for how long has it been now?
About a year, probably.
Okay, that's what I was going to say.
Year and a
Okay,
half, yeah.
Yeah.
of the
I
actual,
think
project itself, and we'll get to that. But
it's been about
um,
a year.
this wonderful kitty named it is technically a kitty is what we're calling it, right? I want to make sure I say that right before
Yeah.
you screw that up.
Proto.
Sure.
Ooh,
Yeah, it's so cool.
that's really awesome.
Sorry, guys, you can't see it. I don't
Yeah,
feel
you
that bad
can't
for
see
you,
it.
but you'll
Yeah.
get your chance, and that's actually why I wanted to have them on here, because Dahlia is going up for sales. You're having multiple sales in October, I believe, right?
Maybe
Oh,
not.
or
I'm
just-
joking. No, I'm just kidding.
Well,
Not
dream
that
was fun
one.
while it lasted. So
Not
how
that
about
one.
the Cowboys?
Not that one.
Next project now. Yeah.
Yes, we're having a couple. We're going to be part of SmyCon, and Damien has the dates for that, right?
Well, I'll get it wrong probably, but it's
It's
October
not
20.
yesterday. Yesterday was
Not-
a whole different
It's
day
not,
today.
not yesterday. It's not, yeah, well, I know today's Sunday now at this point, so I'm getting better. It's October 25th. It's Saturday. It's a Saturday, I believe.
Excellent.
Yes.
And
And can you
we'll
tell
have
us-
there's a run of 10 Dahlia that are kind of Halloween themed that will be sold there, as well as some one-off customs of other platforms. One of them has been teased on My World Instagram, which is the Megatech, which is behind Damien. I know nobody can see it, but anyway, it's it's my take on the battle armor Skeletor.
Mhm.
I've called it Villain's Day Off.
So cool.
So there's that, plus a couple other ones, plus the 10 Dahlia. And then we're going to do a release of our own. I'm aiming for Halloween, and it'll be a similar design to the one that's going to be available
On
for
SmyCon.
SmyCon, just in a different colorway.
Very
Yeah,
cool.
and just to give the details specifically, it's Sunday, October 25th at 8 p.m. Eastern time is when SmyCon's kicking off. What?
Is
They're going to have a
Jonathan
bunch of
Hey.
stuff. They have other
They're
artist stuff. They have
They have a lot of other things going on. It's not just us. I mean, they have
right?
Clav doing a run of chomps and a bunch of other stuff going on there. So, but for Christina, she'll have the custom Megatech, a custom Tech 63, a chomp that she did,
and the 10
and the 10 Dahlias, a special
Wow.
run of Dahlias. Yeah.
You've been busy.
The Megatechs
So
are
if I haven't
12
been
inches.
answering people's messages,
Yeah, they're pretty sizable.
active in
Yeah.
chats, I'm very sorry, but I've been painting.
No, we know that's great. So that's awesome. So first of all, congratulations. I mean, you guys. I know the last time you did anything was Decon last year, so this is the next sale since
It's been a
then.
solid year. Yeah, it's been a solid
Yeah.
year. Since then, yeah.
Okay, but I mean, and those went really fast though too, and I know people are very interested in them.
Yes,
I
this will be the first release of her with her new mold. So Dahlia 2.0
Right.
Mhm.
is this will be her first, other than a couple of test pulls that we've done in clear resin that have gone.
saw it.
That's amazing.
I meant to tell you when I did see that on SmyWorld's post. I love the chest on the 12-inch Megatech that
Yeah.
you did for
Mhm.
Skeletor.
Thanks.
I love that how you did that. Like,
Yeah, I
that
wanted
shit
it
was
to
so nice.
look like he's lounging.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like wearing a snuggie. He's just
Yeah.
just hanging out, just relaxing. I love that. That looks so
Yeah.
great.
very cool. So, I guess one thing I really want to know, and you might have actually told me and I forgot, and I apologize. Tell us the origin of Dahlia and how it came to be. Because obviously you're a spooky fan. That's why it's so
I
perfect for
am.
Halloween.
Yeah, I don't. There's not really a whole lot of. I mean, she doesn't really. I should probably think of a story for her, honestly. But I've always had an obsession with things with skulls and things that are a little bit cute, but not like saccharine. So
Don't give you diabetes kind of thing. Gotcha.
yeah, so I like balancing the spooky and the cute together. I think that and she just kind of happened. I do have some other characters in mind that will go with her in the future, but
Now,
she's her first.
when you originally designed her, did she look like she does now?
Not entirely. The first concept sketches were a little bit taller, a little thinner. Then she got a little bit, chubbier and cuter with the more cutesy head.
Yeah.
And the original sculpt that I did by hand, Damien has one of those behind him too. She didn't have the more fluid pose.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But
And that was the one you sold at Decon, right?
yes.
Yeah. Okay.
She has her hands sort of to her sides and her feet are
Mhm.
together. This one, I feel like she looks like she's like dancing.
Nice. Yeah. She's got like the other foot out and the tail's up. But yeah, I really like that. I actually really like the marketing you've done for it, in the sense that you've done so many other things with Dahlia that aren't necessarily the figure.
Right.
Talk to me a little bit about some of the things you've done with that.
Well, part of that was just because we were waiting on things to happen. So waiting for the print to happen, waiting for the mold to happen. So I decided to try to experiment with putting her likeness or her image on other forms. So I do have a run of tiny ghosts that are going to be going out to some friends and stuff shortly. I just need to finish them up. And I've got the Duracan that we sort of teased last night on our podcast. That's going to tag them.
Which I loved.
What else have we done? lately.
Well, you did. The one that sticks out in my mind is like just because I'm looking at mine right now, and not Dahlia, but it's Ribbit. When you did the
Oh,
Ribbit
yes.
and for those of you who don't know what Ribbit is, you need to go look it up at leftovertoys.com. It's a frog with a giant butt, basically. Um,
Yes,
and what? Go ahead, please talk about it.
yeah, because he stopped doing the fly, I just felt like Ribbit still needed a fly. So
Mhm.
I sculpted a little fly. I'm sure it doesn't look like the original one, but it has like a Dahlia skull face on the
That
fly.
glows in the dark, which is so cool. You turn off the lights and you can absolutely see the face. It turned out really good.
Yeah.
There's the
And then I
blob
also
one
did a
too.
Splat Toys,
Yeah, thank you, Splat Toys.
which I just made it so that it was like a glob of goo with a melting skull on top of it.
It's really cool. So this is all under the Deathly Cute umbrella for anybody listening. So make sure you're checking out and following Deathly Cute on Instagram. I'm sure everything you've done, or at least you can share, has been posted there and will continue to be posted there. I know you share some other things too.
Yes.
And I mean, even the can bot you guys did was really cool. Damien even did his own can bot with the demon, which was really cool.
Yeah.
No, I didn't do the
loved that.
demon. I did the Master Shake,
Yeah, he did.
Oh, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, I thought somebody did a demon.
which was awesome. By
I
the way, I agree with you, and I love it. And I will be making that one. That's right up my talent level.
No, I had
Master Shakes.
three designs for the CanBot thing. There was Dahlia, there was Kazumi, which is a blue one with like little rainbow heart designs on the feet, and the last one was the Dueling Demons, which is a green one,
Dueling
with
Demons.
a face
You
on the
did that.
front and on the back.
She did
Yeah.
No wonder
that,
I
yeah.
No wonder I liked it so much. Okay, yes,
Yeah.
I love that one.
Yeah.
On the back of the face too. That was so cool. How that one came out. So that's awesome. I'm excited to see what happens. What's next? What do you think is going to happen next with Dahlia? Or where would you like to go with Dahlia?
I don't know.
No?
I'd love. I mean, we're having fun. It all depends on how much people love her. At this point, we're doing some small runs with various different retailers, and we'll do a few on our own as well. I'd like to maybe next year work on a second character. We do have a vague outline of a plan for maybe some mystery minis.
Oh,
That'll be
Sure.
fun.
yeah. I
I'd
love
say. Sorry, Christina, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, where I get to have fun with Dahlia, I don't get to make Dahlia. I don't paint Dahlias. I don't get to do any of that stuff, right?
I'm okay with that, by the way.
Yes, it's for the best for everybody. Trust me. Or sculpt it, but I have been, a bit of a hobby of mine is paying attention to the toy industry,
Mhm.
not just buying toys, which I do, but really that fascinates me with the business end of it and the different trends and whether it works for Dahlia or not. I mean, I do think there's a big market out there for bringing more female collectors into the space. A lot of the designer toys are very aggressive. If you look at like the traditional stuff at Decon, if you walk around like Punk Junkers and a lot of the Sofubi stuff, it's very aggressive, monstery. Even things like Bear Bear's getting a little bit more on the softer side, but I do think, and you see the evidence of things like Abominable Toys and Tiny Ghost, right, with Bim Toy and Barely.
Barely was one that's thinking of me. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
So this market that's been formed, and I know I've talked about it countless times on the podcast, but so for me, and that's why of course Christina has her character, and I think it's a good format. I think it's a good platform. I love it, and I think it'll do well. But you have to invest to make it well, right? It doesn't happen on accident. So for me, what I'm looking at is that you can't just put things out there. You can't field the dreams a product. And so you can't just make it and then assume everybody's going to line up to get it. I mean, we were talking to Big C last night, and he's been doing it for 8 years.
Mhm.
The resins, look at the names he was dropping. Look
Yeah,
at the shows he's been in.
Mhm.
I mean, that guy's been everywhere and doing everything, but what's that launching point, right? So how do you accelerate that? And so anyway, what I've noticed is there's a market. I think you need to be aligned with the retailers. They drive demand. They drive the hype. That's where it comes from. They're telling you what you should be buying. Obviously, people buy things because they like them, but they buy things because they don't want to miss them,
Yeah, I agree with that.
right?
Amen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
Oh, yeah. You're absolutely right.
Romo
And then they
clips.
figure it out later, right? Or they buy things because they want to trade for other things because other people love them and it's hard to get. So you play with the psychology of it all. and get to have fun while you're doing it. I mean, look, do I think it's going to replace my day job anytime soon? No, I wish it would. It would be awesome if I could make a living in the toy business. That would be, amazing because, we spend a lot of time doing it. But so I guess what's next with Dahlia? Well, I think we do these resins and we see the response. We see what people like. You listen to customers. You see what works, what doesn't work. You see what's trends out there. I'm also looking to diversify. If you look at Dahlia as a toy, I started we started Deathly Cute. But what I'm looking at is like, how do I diversify the offerings? So that's why you're going to see real soon more from Kelly on Cuddle Monster. Like we got the sculpt coming back this week.
Awesome.
The print's been printed, and then we'll get the mold and start going there. Again, I think there's a lot of there's a big untapped market there of resources, and frankly, if I want to be callous about it, like people need things they can actually buy.
We're all laughing because we understand what you mean.
No, but yeah,
Right?
that's
I
true.
mean-
Absolutely, yeah.
I mean, until it becomes hard to buy, then you got to come up with the next thing people can buy. And anyway, so being a collector myself, I know the psyche. I know what I fall for. And by the way, it's not about making money. Trust me, because it's costs a lot more than you make, especially so far. But it's just about the love of being able to create something and put it out there and see the appreciation. And maybe you can grow it. And if not, that's okay. It doesn't matter because we won't be. The money we've spent is money that we are willing to lose.
Right.
And it's a lot of fun doing it. It's a lot more fun than other things I would spend money on. So
that's a great way to look at it.
Yeah.
I love it. Just because this popped in my mind when you're talking about an actual business and a product, is there so give a quick backstory for those of you that don't follow Christina on any other platform. She's CC Customs UT on Instagram and Twitter, and she's been doing before. She's not doing it anymore because she's obviously has her hands full of something else. Is doing custom Funko Pops. I know everyone who knows who Sully has seen that Sully head with a cowboy hat on the Sully body. That was hers as an example. So that's kind of where this all started. And I know when that was happening, Damien was actually the one designing and printing the boxes for that, which is, went together. Are you guys doing anything? Are you doing any specific packaging for Dahlia? And this is the marketing guy in me talking right now. I'm curious if you guys have any plans for that, or if you're starting out just seeing how the figure goes, or what's the strategy there?
We may eventually. I think we did have a design made by somebody at one point, but we don't have the internal packaging sorted out for that. So we have a custom made stamp, and I have
which I love. I've seen that. Yeah, it's cool. It's
with that.
Sorry, go on.
That route for the time being, so it's a little bit more.
Yeah, so we're not doing like factory packaging yet. Probably after we're doing these, I think for the resins, but we also don't want to just do the bags and tags like you see a lot of resin pieces in.
Right. Right. Well, I'm thinking of like Vancer. I know they have a specific box for their resins that they do now, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, and a lot of people do a box and then wrap in a bubble wrap and put stickers on it, which I think they started with, but I think now they've invested in getting an actual box made. So ours is a little bit more on the rustic side. Let's put it that way right now.
It's a good way to describe it. Rustic.
But well done.
They're nice boxes. They have like a pattern to it, and then we use the stamp on them, and they're filled with like a purple crinkle paper.
Oh, nice.
Super safe.
But I would say if you were to say like what I would think about doing as boxes going forward would be more along the lines of BIM Toy or Abominable or Ribbit than Funko. Like not doing the windowed boxes and the clamshells and stuff like that.
And for anybody listening that might not be familiar with why that is, it's because this is a toy that is supposed to be displayed and enjoyed, not kept in the box. I know
or kept in a box, shrink wrapped, and never opened. Whatever you're into.
Right.
It's true.
Yeah, whichever your choice.
Right, but it's so funny because I know all of us are Funko collectors, and I think all of us collect a little something else. And it's funny that and a lot of us started with Funko. I mean, I still struggle opening. Well, Tiny Ghost, I've gotten over it, but like anything else, I'm like, oh, should I take it out of the box? Should I not? Yes, I should take it out of the box. So I'm glad you guys are taking that approach as well, and I'm glad that's definitely the way to look at it. So I love that. I've been kind of hogging the conversation. I apologize. If anybody else wants to jump in here, say anything, I would love to hear any thoughts or questions you guys have.
I want to show this first before we move on. Thank you for these, Christine. I know the listeners won't be able to see this, but I Still have your Deathly
Yeah.
Cute
yeah.
stickers from
Oh, nice.
Emerald
The
City when I got
the
them
logo's
from you.
awesome. So
Yeah, it is.
for those
It's a
who haven't
very
seen the
awesome
logo,
logo.
it's Dahlia's face, which is the skull, as Christina's talked about, and a heart with the words "Deathly Cute" written in. I'm gonna call it Spooky Halloween font. I'm sure that's what they're
Probably the official name for it.
yeah,
Yeah.
right. But it's very appropriate, especially for the time of year and for what the figure is. But as they've mentioned, it's not only a toy. It's got a cute, it's got a persona, it's got an attitude, a positive attitude about it. It's really nice. So anyway, I'm sorry. Please continue, Ryan.
No. That was one of the things I was pulling off the shelf. I'm like, oh yeah, I still have the stickers, and reminded me because I know again the listeners won't be able to see this, but I have my little sticker collection going up on my shelf over here, so I gotta
Oh,
remember
nice.
to put that up there. Just
Yes, you
remind
do.
me.
You're
Very
welcome.
nice. I have
Um,
lots of stickers. I need to figure out how to deal with a sticker question.
But I always want more. So if you can send any to me, you're welcome to send them to me at any
I will
point.
do.
Anybody?
there we go.
Oh, there you go. Yes, those
Ooh,
came out really.
there's
nice.
These are our
So
new
those-
ones. We've got 2 new holographic ones. What I've been doing with these is just putting them in the boxes. So anybody that purchases a Dahlia through SmyCon in a couple weeks will actually get one of these stickers,
Those are nice.
which nobody
See,
can
more
see.
incentive to open the box.
Yes.
Clint,
Right,
I'm
that's right.
looking
If you need
directly
it
at
more,
you
but
when
yeah.
I'm saying that too.
You know what you should do? You know somebody that's coming that's going to be like somebody you don't like or a flipper. You should like have a fake box filled with just like, I don't know, something crappy in it.
Just do
And
it.
then they're like, oh, I'm going to sell this. It's like, hey, do you open the box? I think you should open the box just to see what's in there.
That's
Just-
smart.
it's
Wow.
empty. Just a lump of coal.
You gotta have the weight in it. No, the cult's way
Yeah.
too expensive. You gotta put like
A rock. I'll go out to the
Yeah.
side over
Yeah.
here.
Grab some pebbles.
chew a bunch of gum and put it together and put that in there or something. I don't know, just
Oh, that's
just
too
something.
mean. That's too mean.
Something really freak them out.
You're a cruel man, Clint. You are a cruel
Trust
man.
me, in case you guys didn't know, Christina and Damien are part of the admins for the main BIM toy group, and I know this week's been rough, so I'm sure they're
Oh,
thinking,
yeah, for sure.
That's a whole other podcast we could talk about.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's a whole other mini series you could probably do with all the stuff
Oh
that's going on
man.
there.
Yeah.
But
I mean, that's a,
I will say Damien always has the best responses.
Oh my god, I agree. I 100% agree. And I'm glad you're an admin. But anyway, my point is, it'd be funny to do that with these open box or unopened box collectors for this product that you want people to obviously open the box and enjoy.
yeah.
Again, something I really,
Well, I won't honestly care. They pay for it. Do
Right.
what the hell you want with it? Kick it down the street. Give it to a friend. Take it out of the box. Tear it up.
Right.
Show it. Keep
That's
it
the
sealed and
Eazy-E
pile it in your closet.
mentality.
You know. Yeah, I
Like
don't
in the movie that documents
Oh, yeah.
NWA.
Yep.
He's like, but they're smashing all your records. They bought it. They can do what they want with it.
Yeah.
care. Do what they want.
They
with it.
still paid
Exactly.
for it, right?
Yeah.
It's like when somebody burns it, because I know people are pissed at the Latin Falcons right now and they're burning their jerseys.
Yeah, they're
It's like,
burning their jerseys.
hey,
and stuff.
they're like, I paid $250 for this signed Matt Ryan jersey, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna burn it.
Good for you.
Okay,
Matt Ryan,
why
do
not?
you.
Yeah.
Why not
Matt
sell
Ryan-
it then?
Yeah.
Let's
If
just
you're
do it.
that mad, why not make a profit off of it?
Yeah.
The funny thing is, they're probably gonna go back and buy it again.
Profit.
Well,
Well, it's
more
like- it's
power
like
to the
those people-
retailer then, because then they got
It is- it
double
is
the
right.
money, right?
Right,
Yeah.
right. That's my point.
I
I'm
mean,
People
sorry,
are
Ryan, what do you-
boycotting Nike,
Right.
and they were like, "I'm going to buy shoes to burn them." It's like, okay, well, go ahead. You're
yeah, have at it.
such
Oh,
an idiot.
That's
please
not a
don't. You
boycott.
showed
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
I guess the bottom line
Ear-
that I'm trying to
early
get
on-
across here too is like I know we always poke fun at Clint for leaving things in box because I like to do both in box and out of box. But main thing, collect the way you want to. If you want to leave things in box, great, leave it in there. If you want to be an out of box collector, do that too. But don't let anybody
to do
boss you
both.
around unless it's
I
Clint.
remember,
We like to boss him around.
early in the custom days, Christina would like paint something that was worth something, or end up being worth money, or somebody will make a comment like, "Oh my god, you ruined that pop! How dare you? Should just give it to me," or something like that. And I remember my response always would be like, "Well, one, you were never going to get this one, so that's one thing." And then again, two, we just
Right.
made the other ones more valuable. So
Yeah, it's funny. I
Right.
actually had a Sully pop that had a kind of a messed up box. So I sent it to one of my friends who was really good at doing glitter customs and had her glitter it. And yeah, you get that kind of comment. And I'm like, this was mine. I can
you
do
weren't
what I
getting it.
want.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you weren't right.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't going to sell it to you anyway.
Right.
I
Right.
love the
right.
toxicity of the community, right?
It's
Yeah.
like it wasn't like the option was do this or give it to you.
Right. There was never a second option.
Exactly.
not even a chance.
Yeah, I think just to kind of wrap up the Dahlia thing as far as next, let's just talk short term for the rest of this year, all right, and then talk about kind of the 2-year horizon. So
I love
we
that
are,
Damon's background here, by the way. Christina, you picked a good partner for your endeavor here.
I'm kind of
we're working with Isabel still, and she loves the format, so she is looking at creating some sculpts of minis that could be a single pour or a single sculpt that doesn't require a bunch of parts, which would be really easy to do. Kind of little mystery minis or just minis. We don't know. We will continue to do some resin drops, everything from the paint that Christina's doing on Halloween, but probably see a couple more between now and the beginning of next year. And then we'll likely be doing some smaller, kind of colorful resin drops that we've been doing. More clear colors. Like we'll do like kind of a rainbow series, and maybe we'll sell it as a mystery to people, where they just kind of sort of like what Resin Rookie did with like pick your colors that your favorite, and go from there. And then probably within a year and a half, we'll be down the vinyl route.
Wow. Okay, that's awesome. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I mean, one of the benefits of working, like we know a lot of the manufacturers and the factories, and we've talked. I mean, look, at Geek Together, we've talked to all these people for hours about how they got their toy made, right? And so you connect with everybody, and you learn the process, and you get connection with people, so you know exactly what it's going to cost, you know exactly what to put into it, and you learn from everybody else's mistakes. And so there's a lot of best practices we picked up over the last 2 years that I think will give us a smoother transition to going the vinyl route than others.
would have otherwise,
than we would have otherwise. Yeah.
So real quick, I know for a visual here, how tall is Dahlia now? And then
she's 5 inches tall from toes
is that how tall you want the vinyl to be too?
Yeah, I think so. I think she's a good size at this point. Like I said, with minis, it would probably, obviously, that'll be a smaller version, but she's not an overly, like, she's comparable to a Funko Pop in size.
Right. I knew that, but just okay, very cool.
Something looks different here.
Something does look different here, but we'll get to that in a minute. And we want to kind of wrap this up. So, Christine, I'm kind of curious, just a little bit more of the origin story. We've gone from custom pops and now to Dahlia, which is awesome. Where were you before? What were you doing artistically before to really get your creative juices moving and to really output your art? What were you doing before you were doing custom pops?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Not really. No.
Painting our house.
I've always liked art.
painting kids' rooms and stuff like that.
I mean, I know you're also busy being a mom with a million kids or whatever you guys have over there, but
no, I've always loved art, and I took art all through high school. And my favorite types of art was actually mixed media sculpting, because I'm not super great at illustration or painting or like painting canvases or whatever. So, but it wasn't something that I ever intended to pursue necessarily.
Sure.
And then once we started collecting, it seemed. I mean, I knew I have the ability to create things, so I started making a few pops and stuff for Damien and I, and then people wanted to buy them, so then it turned into doing that.
That's crazy.
And then the longer you collect, the more you get into. So then I started down the Tiny Ghost path, and I love making Tiny Ghost customs just because it's such a blank canvas.
Yeah.
And then sort of just eventually I decided I didn't really want to work on other people's schedules and on what they wanted me to make. So I decided that I wanted to make something myself, and that's sort of where Dahlia came in.
I can actually remember the moment in which we decided she's going to do her own thing.
Oh yeah? Is there more to that story?
She may not remember it. It was right after Funko announced the Spastic contest, the one that our friend Tanner won.
Yes.
Oh wow!
She was going back and forth on entering or not. And I remember talking to her, and I'm like, "Look, I'm not discouraging you from entering because I think you do some cool things, but you're going to draw from your ideas,
right?
You're going to draw from something you want to do." I said, "So why don't you put that effort and energy into making your own character and going your own way, again, this isn't like an arrogance that she would have won or anything. Wait,
No, but if
I
I
know
was
for a
going-
fact that wasn't going to happen. But
Oh, and your grandpa owns
Wow.
Funko or whatever the story is for
I was
Tanner.
saying, I
Yeah.
know. Yeah. Anyway, there was no whether you're going to win or not doesn't matter. You're still whatever. If you read the fine print, anything you submitted was owned by them.
which
Mhm.
is which is exactly why like 2 other ones have been made now.
Yeah,
Right.
which may have happened,
Right.
but
Which is great for them. But if Damien was right, had I made something and entered it into the Fantastic Plastic competition, you sort of lose rights to that character.
Mhm.
So I wouldn't necessarily be able to move forward with it in my own format.
Mhm.
So,
right, or
yes.
and you're wasting time on pumping
On
into
that
something that was
level,
that was a very
yeah.
low percent chance anyway. And the goal, and again, you got to go by what your goals in life. I remember we were talking about. I was like, well, it's your goal to get a Funko Pop made and go work for Funko and do Funko for your whole life, whereas their goal to go create your own thing and
Which
put
is
your art
also
out there.
not going to be a reality because
Right.
Funko isn't going to allow me to work from home, and they're not going to pay me more than Damien makes. So we're not moving to Everett.
All those
That's
things could be
awesome.
true. I will quit my job in a second and I'll stay home with my daughter. No problem.
Oh yeah. Oh
And
yeah.
so
no,
here's the
of
difference.
course.
If those of you not know, this is the original Dahlia sculpted
Very
she did
cute.
by hand.
Right.
Right.
Right. It's a
Oh,
little,
that's
it's
awesome.
a little different,
Mhm.
a little simpler actually, in a lot of ways.
I love
Although
this.
this isn't the color that ended up being in the decon, so it's like a,
No. Right.
it's a
So that was
one-off.
my original AP. So it was one of our first. That one is resin, but it was one of our first pulls, and it was the first one that I tried painting. And after that one, I decided to modify the colors slightly because I didn't like how bright the pink on the belly was. Yeah, it was about it.
Very cool. Well, very cool.
Yep.
Well, I mean, I look very forward to it. I want a couple of them. I'm not gonna lie. So, I will be giving you guys money, and I know I joke before about giving you my PayPal, but that's kind of only half true. Anyway, before we wrap this up, any last minute or final thoughts? Deathly Cute would like to share.
Well, one, now that Joey's here. Thank you, Joey, for joining. I'm glad to see you have a light on.
Yes, the wild.
Hi.
Hi, Joey.
Just wanted to say hi. That's all.
That's
There
all
you
he's saying. And he's leaving now.
Well, I was supposed to be staying quiet. Me and Clint had something going, but you ruined it. It's okay though. It's okay.
We were gonna surprise everybody at the game, but anyway.
Well, somebody should have texted me then.
Yeah, my bad. That was my fault. You're right. But
Somebody
either
should
way,
have put something in this private chat window right here.
that's right. By the way,
I blame
Joey,
Clint.
we are happy to see your bright shiny face with bright shiny lights instead of in
the
the dark.
darkness.
All right.
Not having any internet or able to charge your phone.
My
I've done
temporary-
what I've come to do. I've
Right,
ruined
right.
everything for Clint, so I'm
Yeah, that's perfect.
Successful.
Best
That was
guest
good.
ever.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I like you. Don't be surprised if I'm gone next week and I'm replaced. So, anyway. Well, again, guys, Deathly Cute on Instagram. It is just one word, right?
Deathly Cute
Deathly
Toys.
Cute. Deathly,
Yes,
thank you,
Deathly Cute Toys.
Cute Toys. Make sure you guys are following just to see all the fun stuff they have coming up or have had in the past. I'm sure it'll also be on Robbie Sack on Geek Together when the time comes. So please be paying attention to that. But otherwise, very cool. But you know what? We got a nice full house here, and I believe it's a certain time. What time is it?
What?
It's game time! Just in time to just feel very embarrassed on how much we don't know. Joey showed up with his game. So here we go.
Christina will answer all questions for me.
No, y'all are playing independently.
Oh,
Too bad,
shit.
too sad.
Sorry, Joey's.
It's not a-
Yeah, the game master wills it so.
It's not tag team. It's not WWE this week.
Ooh, man, that'd be a fun topic sometime. Anyway, go on.
I would fail at that one big time.
I think I would do okay.
So we're gonna play a little game of over and under. So you're gonna take turns, each one of you individually, Damien. You can't tag. Picking a number 1 through 25. I'm gonna give you a horror / thriller / scary TV show, Rotten Tomato fake score. You're gonna tell me whether that real score is
Okay.
over or under that number. If you are correct, you get 10 points. If you're wrong, you lose 10 points.
Ooh.
There are 5 traps.
Okay.
There's a switch points, a wager or daily double, if we've gotten that permission from Alex Trebek and the Jeopardy people to use that.
Alex, he knows it. He got it.
There's give your opponent 20 points, another wager, and
Ooh.
lose 20 points.
It's gonna be
Okay.
rough. I can tell
So
already.
we're going to start off with Clint.
Are we picking a number 1 through 25, or
Yep.
how are we doing that? Okay. I'll start with number 1.
Okay. Erie, Indiana,
Oof.
number 92. Fake or real? Excuse me, over or under?
I gotta guess it's over.
The real score is actually 100.
I believe it. That was a
Wow.
good show. I
Good
like
show.
that show too. That's why I thought 92 could be real. Okay.
All righty. Ryan, you're up.
Great start.
16.
Great game.
Yes.
And done.
What number?
16.
16.
16. Your fake Rotten Tomato score for The Walking Dead is 87.
Didn't you just tell him the answer?
No, that's the fake one. And he's supposed to say if it's over or under.
Oh, gotcha.
So we're talking about the real score, right?
Yes.
Okay. Oh,
Yes.
No,
real
your
score higher or
version of
lower?
the fake score.
it's all subjective today.
I'm
What was it,
assuming you didn't hear
87?
me. I said over.
Oh, over?
Yeah.
No, real score is actually 81.
Really?
Oof.
It would have been over in the first 2 years of Rotten
Yeah,
Tomatoes.
right.
after
Keeps going.
season 2, it would have been like in the hundreds.
Yeah.
It had 200
fair enough.
somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My wife's been watching it, and she was like, "Yeah, the first 2 seasons were kind of bunk, but it got better after that."
What? It's usually
I thought the first 2 seasons were the good ones.
Yeah, I
and
thought
then it
the
got
first two
better
were
Or
the
after
I'm sorry,
that.
maybe I misunderstood what she was telling me.
As somebody who hasn't watched it, that's what I understood. Don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nate, you're up.
Number 20.
Lose 20 points.
Ah.
You don't even have to worry about making a wrong guess. We'll just give you minus 20 to start. How's that sound?
There's a trap. There you
Sounds like I wish you didn't have power right now.
It's my welcome back present to you.
go.
Joey went dark. What's going on?
That's
Yeah.
awesome. That's awesome. All
Damien, you're up.
right, I'm gonna go 24.
24.
Okay. Your show is True Blood, and your fake Rotten Tomato score is 64.
Oof.
Oh man, I'm gonna go higher. Over.
You're saying True Blood deserves a higher score than 64.
That's what I'm saying.
You are correct. It has a
Oh.
70.
That's right. I knew it was
Maybe
at least
you
a
don't need
C.
Christina after all.
Yeah.
Don't need my help.
Maybe you can win on your own.
Maybe you will.
Speaking of, it is your turn, Christina.
I would like number 9, please.
Number 9. Your show is Twin Peaks with a fake score of 94.
I've never seen this show. I am going to say, you said 94?
Correct. So is the real
I'm going to
score
say it's,
over or under?
I think it's under, but probably not by a lot.
It is under. It's 88.
I knew it was up there. Good call.
Mhm.
Good job, Christina. So the Coopers are
Yeah.
kicking our ass. Great.
Yeah, pretty much. Especially Nate's.
Oh yeah, we got a nice 3-point lead there.
What's
Clint,
worse than Ryan points?
I'll take number 4, please.
we're going to call it negative Nate points.
Negative
No.
Nate.
Oh, we got Ryan points and negative Nate. Number 4, please.
Number 4, Santa Clarita Diet.
Ah,
Good show.
And the fake score is 83.
higher.
Higher is correct. It's at 89.
Now I'm at Ryan points. All right.
Now you're at Ryan points. Very good.
I don't understand how that show got canceled.
Yeah.
Netflix. I mean, Glow got canceled too, and wasn't it like critically acclaimed?
Yeah,
and
but
everybody
that
loved
got
it?
canceled because of COVID. That's a whole
Oh,
different story.
that's not okay. I thought that's why this one got canceled too. Never mind.
Nope.
Mr. Matsumoto,
22.
22. Chilling Adventures of Sabrina.
Ooh.
Fake score 78.
Hmm.
I didn't know there was a show.
Yes, you really?
Hillary used to always talk about it.
Wow.
They talked
You've
about it on the
definitely seen
Yeah,
it.
they talked about it on
all
the
the time.
Funcast a lot. And I'm
Oh,
sorry,
that's
what was
right.
the fake
Yes,
score
yes,
you gave?
yes.
Fake score 78.
78. I'll say over.
84 is the correct one. So
got it
you
wrong.
are now at Ryan points as well.
Yes.
Negative Nate.
Negative Nate.
12.
Nate wants
12.
12.
Is the 1959 version of the Twilight Zone. Fake score 88.
Ooh,
That's a tough one.
That's
that's a very tough
Yeah.
one.
I'm gonna say over.
Real score 82. No
Ooh.
love for the classics. Another negative for Nate.
Negative Nate points.
Negative Nate.
Cool.
That
I'm
is
winning
so
the
gonna
other
be
direction.
the title this week.
Yeah, that's right.
If this was golf, you'd be kicking our ass.
Yeah, I'm winning the other direction, so this is good. I'm happy with this.
That's funny. All
Damien.
right, I'm gonna go 13.
Ooh, spooky.
You now get to give somebody 20 points.
I freaking knew it. 13.
Don't give it to Nate.
I'll give it to Christina.
She's over there just
Happy
smiling
wife,
like,
happy
you're gonna give
life.
it to me, right?
Oh my. All right, Christina, you're up.
Number 7.
Ooh, you get to wager points.
Uh-oh. So I'm just making a bet with my points.
Yep.
Well,
So
we'll
how-
go with the
'cause
20
you
that
only-
Damien just gave me.
Okay. Could you go
Okay.
higher than that?
So you're wagering. She can wager up to the 30 that she has.
Okay. Just curious how that works. Okay.
So she's wagering 20
Play
out
with
of her
house money.
30.
Play with house money now. Yeah.
Your show is Dexter.
Ooh.
Fake score
Mm,
81.
It's got to be over that.
Real score is 72.
Ooh.
Really?
The season, the series finale drained it, I
Yeah, but
think.
that's the
Oh,
only
that's-
part that's
yeah.
really bad. Is just the
Well,
like
that
the
puts
Yeah.
last
people off.
5
That
minutes.
puts people off.
I
too.
don't know. The last couple of seasons after the John Lithgow.
Yeah.
Oh,
the Trinity
that
Killer-
John Lithgow reveal was crazy good.
The Trinity
And
Killer
then-
episode or series was awesome, and then
Yeah.
downhill from there. But that far downhill, just surprising.
Yeah,
The Edward James Olmos season was okay.
Right.
I kind of like. the
I'm
little
just
twisty
saying there was
parts on it,
nothing
but-
egregious until the last 5 minutes of the season of the
Right.
Right,
But
right.
but it was so egregious. People.
Yeah,
Sorry about it.
change it. Yeah.
It was so offensive to people.
Yeah,
Aren't they,
it was
aren't
so
they trying to
terrible.
bring it back? Am I just
I've
making
heard
that up?
rumors. I don't know how true
Yeah.
that is.
Right. I mean, with a grain of salt.
Well, wait,
Anyway.
20 good points I gave you.
Don't say
Waste.
he never gave you anything.
Wasted.
Six.
Waste.
Question
What a
6
waste.
for me, please, there, Joey.
I would have said higher too, Christina. Just so you know.
Yeah, that was. I mean, they're all. None of them have been easy.
Yeah.
So
I guess that's the problem when you've actually watched a show.
Right.
Mhm.
Your personal
Yeah, your
belief-
personal. Yeah.
I
Kind
believe
of
that.
skews your answer. Okay. Number 6 is the 1994 version of The Stand. Fake score 84.
Lower.
Correct. Real score was 71.
Ooh, that was a big jump. Okay, I'll take
Clint
it.
trying to inch his way back in this thing.
Trying.
Ryan.
I want to go back and watch Erie, Indiana now.
Let's go 23.
23. Ooh, one of the classics. Tales from the Crypt.
Hmm.
Fake score 88.
Lower.
Lower is correct.
That would have my
82.
guess. Nice.
Yes. So you and Clintonius are now tied. Negative Nate. I hope you get the switch points one. I hope you do.
I hope I don't, because then actually I hope I do too, so I can ruin someone else's points and go into the negatives again.
I see how much
Number
confidence you have in
2.
yourself there, sir.
Yeah.
Numero dos.
Yeah. Numero
Number
dos.
2, The Mist.
Ooh.
Fake score 68.
Ooh.
I feel like it needs to. See, it's one of those ones that's like it.
I'm evil, I know.
It's
What year did
under.
that come out? Do you have that written down?
1990, I don't know.
Okay, fair enough.
1990, I
Curious.
don't know. I'm gonna say it's under.
Under is correct. It was a 61.
Yeah.
So
It's
now
not
you're
one of
just
those
at
movies
negative
that are like good, but people didn't. Yeah, the critics didn't like it.
It was like what, a 1-season miniseries or something? Like
I
when
think
Yeah.
so.
they used to
Yeah,
do those
something like that.
miniseries on CBS and whatnot all the time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, Damien.
All right, I'm gonna go 5.
Number 5, you get to switch points with somebody.
I'll switch points with Clint.
Aw, boo. Wait.
So great. So y'all both have 10 points.
I was gonna
Great
say-
switching.
Wait, are you at 10 points?
Yes.
I don't see a running total here.
So you both still have 10 points. Way to go.
That was stupid.
I think isn't it tied?
Actually, you don't want to switch with Nate, and everybody else just had 10 points.
Yeah, I was gonna
Oh,
say
really?
the rest
For
of
some
us
reason,
only
I
have
didn't
10.
think you missed any. I guess you
Christina
missed the
had
second
30,
one.
but
Might have
then
missed the first
she
one.
wagered her 20.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, whatever. So it didn't matter. Yeah.
She
okay.
gave too much love to Dexter.
So everybody had 10 points, and I
Alright.
went to switch with Nate. So there was really no right answer to that. Well, there's only a wrong answer.
Yeah.
Right. A negative
Christina.
answer.
You are
Yes.
up. What number?
Oh, right. 18.
18.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
You
There
got
you
the
go.
other wager.
Oh
Oh.
my god.
You're all about the daily doubles.
Well, 10 points. That's all I got.
Okay. Wager 10. Let me write that down real quick. You've got iZombie
Oof.
with a fake score of 85.
Oof.
Double oof.
That's
That's a
rough.
tough one.
Yeah, that one's tough.
I'm going to say higher.
Correct.
Ooh.
Yes. So now you are up to 20 points.
I thoroughly enjoyed iZombie.
Me too.
So
that's,
did
the
I.
challenge- that's the challenge. Is I'm going to rate it higher because my personal
Right.
rating.
Yeah.
I loved iZombie.
Yeah, it was really good.
But I didn't know if it would go lower because it's kind of campy.
Right.
You never
So
know.
it's on purpose campy, but either way,
Well,
yeah. Yeah, I'm with
Say
you.
campy's a bad thing.
You're
Right.
talking about
People don't like
people
it.
voting on the internet, so
Yeah, exactly.
It was hot trash since we haven't said that in a while.
Well, there you go.
Yep.
So
Oh, yeah.
currently, after 3 rounds, Christina has 20 points. Damien has 10. Nate has negative 20.
Hell yeah.
Ryan's got 10 and Clint's got 10. Round 4. Kick us
Wow.
off, Clinton.
I'll go number 25, please. Alex.
Number 25, The Haunting of Hill House.
Oh,
Fake score 86.
lower.
It was actually higher, 93.
Really?
That's all right. So I'm back at Ryan points. All right.
You're back to Ryan points, yes. Speaking of the man himself, Ryan, choose your number, sir.
3.
Number 3. Another classic. Buffy the Vampire Slayer with
Mm.
the fake score of 89.
Higher.
Oh, see, I tricked you when I said the classic, making you think in the back of your mind that it should be a higher score, but it's actually lower. It's an 82.
Really? I thought it'd
Yeah.
be higher too. Huh.
So you are back to your namesake. You are back to Ryan points as well.
All right.
Really? It was
We'll hang out
lower?
down here together.
I
Get into
feel
the
like
negatives.
I feel like Ryan's on IMDb right now, double checking me.
Yeah.
No, I
Blame it on-
this is
blame
one
it
of
on the
those,
website I
your
found all the
personal
info on.
feelings get
Well, he didn't have
involved. and you're like,
power, so maybe
really?
maybe some of that, yeah. Maybe just made these up.
He's using a
Wow.
cash version of Rotten Tomatoes.
right.
Right. Clear your cookies.
All right, my turn, right?
No,
17
negative Nate's got to go.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about negative Nate.
Yeah.
He's so far
I
down
did
there.
too. 8? 8.
8.
Eight.
Is great.
One of my personal favorites on the list.
Lower.
Hannibal
Mm.
with a fake score of 96.
Oh. I know it's going to be close. I think I got to go under, though.
You got to go what?
I got to go under.
That's correct. 92.
Yeah.
92.
Yeah, above 96 is going to be rare territory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're Indiana.
I was gonna say Erie,
You're
Indiana.
in Erie, Indiana territory with that
Yeah.
one.
You know?
And not to be confused with.
Evansville, Indiana.
Yeah. All right.
Damien,
What numbers we got? I'm going to go with number 17.
17. Grim.
Oh,
Fake score 80.
I'm going to go higher.
Higher is correct. It was 89. So you are in the lead It's going to be tied for the lead with 20 until Christina goes.
Yep. Then she could be winning. Or
Choose your number, ma'am.
Number 10, please.
Number 10, Lucifer, with a fake score of 79.
I am going to say higher.
Higher is correct.
Yep. The fact that we got that revival had to be higher. Anyway.
Yeah.
Heading into the final round, Clint's got 0, Ryan's got 0, Nate's got -10, Damien's got 20, and Christina's in the lead with 30.
Ooh.
Number 14 for me, please.
Salem's Lot,
Ugh,
with a fake score of 93.
lower.
Lower is correct. So
No
you finish
hesitation.
in the
No
positive
hesitation.
with 10 points.
That's all I wanted.
He went with his heart there.
And I did.
21.
Ryan, 21. Oh, not the person I was hoping that would get this one. Supernatural.
Oh,
And your
wow.
score is 86.
I also want to hear Damien's response before you give the answer.
No.
Let him answer first, then Damien
Right.
can try to
Yeah,
guess
right.
the exact number. I'll give Damien 50 points if he guesses the exact number.
Oh God.
wow.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I'm gonna say lower.
Let Ryan go first, though.
I'll try.
Lower.
You're going with lower than 86.
Yeah.
Oh, man. No,
I'm gonna
it's
go.
high.
I'm gonna go higher with 92.
Oh, so close. It was 93.
Oh.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. So,
I have
Ryan
negative
is
10.
now -10.
Now I get negative Nate points.
Nate, can you switch
Come on,
that
don't go
nickname
15
over to
seasons
Ryan
of having under 70 something.
by getting this answer correct and getting up to Ryan points?
I'm gonna try. Is 11 available?
Yep.
11 is available.
All right, 11.
Was it
Teen
funny you
Wolf.
have all 11 available? No, I won't take that.
That'd be funny. Like, oh, I don't want that shit.
Teen Wolf
Okay.
with a fake score of 74.
Ooh. It was an MTV show, so it was
I'm
on
gonna
this
He's like the witness over here.
Music Television Network or whatever it is.
Say over.
Over is correct. Very good. So Nate ends up with Ryan points, and Ryan ends up with negative Nate points.
The old switcheroo.
It's like Freaky Friday, man.
Yeah.
We couldn't have scripted this better.
All right.
There's some great
I'm
storytellers in the world.
gonna go 21.
21's taken. You got 15 and
21's
19
taken?
left.
Oh, which ones?
15,
15
and 19.
Oh, 15 and 19. Okay, I'm gonna go with 19.
19. Stranger Things.
Oh.
Fake score 88.
Higher.
Higher is correct. So you are now tied with Christina. I mean, no pressure, Christina, but this is
Right.
all on this one
Wow.
answer. This is what it's come down to.
Yeah, I don't
What
even
was-
get to pick my number.
This is when you get a Joey game. This is
If
what
we
happens.
combine
right?
if we combine our points right now, we're 50 points
You're not-
ahead of the rest of them.
You're not Voltron, man. You can't combine here.
Hey,
Or the
Joy,
Wonder Twins.
what was the answer for the actual Metascore for Stranger Things?
Rotten Tomato score is 93.
Rotten Tomatoes. Thank you. Sorry. Yes. Great.
So, Christina,
Yes.
no choice. You have to take number 15, which is the 1963 version of Outer Limits
Thank God I picked Stranger
with
Things.
a fake score of 84.
Ooh.
Wow. 84. I'm going to say lower.
And our winner for this week is Mr. Flash himself, Damien Cooper.
Ooh.
Way to go,
Ooh.
sir.
What was the
Finally, I
actual?
pick a W.
What was that?
Actual Rotten Tomatoes score for Outer Limits was 91.
Really?
Wow. Really?
Higher than I
How
thought.
else
it
would
might
I
be.
bet if I
Wow.
would have got the supernatural score right? Right, that was close. Wow.
Oh yeah, you
You
would
were
have
so
wiped the
close.
floor with all
But
of
you
us.
still won.
Yep, that's what matters.
Still the winner.
Winning's winning.
Joey, way to make an appearance at the right time, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was awesome. That was a fun
that
game.
was a good
Thanks a
time.
lot. Yeah, it was great.
No problem. Sorry I
Mm.
couldn't be here earlier, but
Yeah, Yep.
Those electricity
Power.
people just couldn't work faster.
Damn you,
Life happens,
Thomas
right?
Edison.
Damn you, Thomas Edison.
It's just nice to have air back on right now.
Oh, I bet.
Oh, I bet.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oof, I bet.
Yeah.
How's the
Nobody
new
wants
house,
to
by the
go
way?
back.
Besides no power.
Yeah,
Besides
it's
dark.
coming along, and then we got stalled out for 2 days. Although I was still able to get some stuff done, but not as much as I wanted to.
So before we sign off, this goes for any guest on basically any podcast. As we wrap things up, don't feel like you have to jump off right away. As we always, I feel like every time we have a guest on, they jump off the minute we say goodbye.
Yeah.
But please
Yeah.
don't. You don't feel like you have to do that. Hang out for a minute. So anyway.
Maybe they're just sick of us and they want to leave.
Well, it's
You know,
funny
have you
because
ever
I
thought
mean,
about
it
that?
happens with us. It happens with the Geek Together. It happens with all of us.
Because you
Maybe
say
guests are like,
goodbye.
okay, bye.
You
and
say
go,
you
and you're
close it
gone.
out. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then they're gone. You're like, oh, okay. I wanted to thank you
Unlike
again.
Reese, unlike Reese, who didn't know he
Yeah.
could have left, and he just
Yeah.
kind of stayed on in
Just
the
kinda-
background as we were
You're
just,
like,
BSing.
do I
after
need
the
to be here
episode.
for this conversation?
Well, I like
right
that he
now?
was there.
It was great that he
Well,
was
gotta
there.
have it.
Reese has been on with us enough. He knows now the process.
Well, we gotta have a bingo square for Reese because I think he comes up every episode now.
I think so. Yeah. Yeah. We'll work something out. We'll get a Reese Bingo Square in there.
We need to get Reese
There
on
you
the
go.
show again. But anyway,
Yeah. But yeah, thank you, Joey, for making an appearance. We appreciate you being here. Hopefully, your power and internet stay on for the rest of your time in this house.
We hope so.
We hope so. We also hope so.
Mhm.
Thank you again, Damien, Christina, for joining us. If there's any, let us know your socials. You can let everybody know where they can follow you on Twitter and Instagram. And I mean, if they listen to the episode, they'll know what you guys are up to. So
Mhm.
yeah.
I mean, pretty much just Deathly Cute Toys on
But
Twitter
that's
and
the most
Instagram.
relevant one. My
It's the most relevant
more
one, yeah.
personal one is CC Customs Pop on Instagram, which is mostly Bodhi at this point because
Yeah,
she's
and
fun to take pictures of. And then there's the Geek Together podcast. We
Geek
post
Together
fun stuff
Pod on
there.
Instagram and Geek_Together on Twitter.
There you go.
There you go. Make sure you're following them. Make sure you're listening to them. You'll hear Clint on both us and their podcast.
Yes.
We'll never let Clint live that down or forget about that. We'll remind him constantly that he's
That I get around?
ours.
Sharing
that he gets
custody.
around.
So we never bring it
Sharing
up.
custody.
Never.
Yeah, so things happening this week. There'll be a game stream on Tuesday, probably with Clint, I would say. Probably doing some Nintendo. There'll be probably a Ryan stream at some point this week. Maybe not tonight, but at least some point this week. Probably
Usually
Ryan.
Monday, Thursday is when I try for it.
Yeah.
Work permitting, of
Cool.
course. We'll see.
Sweet.
Stupid work.
Yeah.
Stupid work.
Stupid work.
Yeah, we got Dorksman game night on Friday, 7:00 Pacific. If you missed it, we are going to be doing a Halloween photo contest. It's really simple. We'll give you more details, but dig up those pictures of your costumes when you were a kid, or maybe your costume for this year, and share those with us. And the prize is going to be the Frankenfreddy that released on the Funko Shop a couple months ago. It feels like a couple months ago. at this
Yeah, they
point.
had Halloween in July for some reason.
Yeah.
So.
Good prize.
Yeah. So yeah, make sure you're following us on Twitter and Instagram for that. _Dorksman, twitch.tv/the_Dorksman. And I think that's it. Anyone else got anything before we wrap it up?
Michael will respond to your email, dorksman@gmail.com soon.
Yes.
Yeah, I
Feel
gotta
free to
read
write
it.
us anytime.
I gotta read it after
Yeah,
this.
read it first.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess that's it. And I guess with that, that's my secret. I'm always angry.
I have the power.
That would have been perfect for Damien. Anyway, we're homies.
Please, no gang signs.
Bye.
Bye.